Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please, you may have your seat for a moment. On behalf of the founder of this university, Afe Babalola, his wife, Afe Babalola, and the leadership of our university, I want to heartily welcome all of us here this morning to the 6th induction ceremony of our medical doctors. Again, history is being made in Abbott this morning. This is a university where new things happen by the moment. There are universities in this country that it takes them ages to graduate a set of medical doctors. But here we are in a 14-year-old university. We are graduating the 6th set of medical doctors. This is a feat that is not common. As time goes on, our leaders will let you into some of these details. It is my singular honor to welcome the totality of us here this morning, particularly our dear parents and our brand new doctors. We welcome you to this solemn ceremony. Before we go ahead, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please grant me the indulgence to invite you to be upstanding for a moment so that we can have the national anthem to honor our country and our university anthem, which will signal the commencement of this solemn celebration.
Philosophy of industry, service and character. Our future for greatness and excellence is assured. And excellence is assured. And excellence is assured.
Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You may have your seat. Once again, I welcome you to the heartbeat of quality and functional education in this part of the world. that Afe Babalola University has been rated the best university in Nigeria for 2 years and number 221 in the world. It's not a joke. But these, among other accolades, would not have been practicable, would not have been feasible, but for the cooperation, understanding, and support of our dear parents. Please, let's celebrate our parents. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very briefly, let me introduce to you some of our leaders in the house this morning. The first person I would like to present to you is a man who, after God, has made it possible for us to be here today. A man who is patently selfless, a man who is absolutely selfless, which was the reason why he had to temporarily step aside from his lucrative law practice to start this university 14 years ago. We thank God for your life, sir, that you did not choose wrongly. Your dream of 14 years has come to reality, so much so that this university is not only acknowledged here in Nigeria and Africa, but totally in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the leader of this university, the founder himself, Afe Babalola. Also on the cockpit of the flight of our board is a co-pilot. I'm talking about the wife of the founder, our mother in this community, the chief executive officer of our board ventures. We appreciate you, man. Some people call her mother in Israel. I think she is mother in Abuad. You're welcome, ma. I present to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the chief executive officer of our university, talking about the vice chancellor, the best vice chancellor in Nigeria today, whether we like it or yes, Professor Smarada Laride. And her able lieutenant, the deputy vice chancellor administration, Professor Sylvester Uju. We have in the house, to be part of this celebration, the chief administrative officer of our university, talking about the registrar, Lady Christy Oluborode. I present to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, particularly our parents, our Minister of Finance and Economic Development, Abuad. I'm talking about the Bosa, Pastor Afe Babalola. And our university librarian, Mrs. Roslyn Zubar. We appreciate you. The man will be seen very often today on this podium. The man we are celebrating today together with these young doctors, talking about the Provost College of Medicine and Health Sciences, Professor Afe Babalola. And the mobile encyclopedia of our multi-system hospital, Dr. Kola Wale Ogundipe. We appreciate you. Next to Dr. Ogundipe, we have a member of the Board of Trustees of the university, who incidentally is a Director of Nursing Services, Dr. Mrs. Taye Ulukolade. And another member of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Femi. Dr. Femi Oladimeji, you're welcome, sir. The Provost College of Law, Professor Tunde Yebisi, we appreciate you. His colleague in the College of Pharmacy, Professor Mbamfemi Oyowo, MFR. Our Provost College of Sciences, Professor Pius Okiki. His colleague in the College of Social and Management Sciences, Professor Chris Aino. And on that axis, we have our Provost College of Engineering, Professor Joseph Dada. I must not forget to introduce the guest lecturer for today. He will be properly introduced later. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the induction lecturer, Professor Babatunde Kolawole. You are welcome, sir. Even though they have deliberately elected to take some back seats, I can see the chairman, Parents and Teachers Consultative Forum, a member of the Governing Council of the University, Professor Shukpo Jabadiniyi. The Director of Quality Assurance, Professor Yakini Lawal, we appreciate you. Our Director of Pharmacy Services, Sister Tony Afolabi, we appreciate you. Our leaders in the College of Medicine, we appreciate you. God bless you. And the man who will be seen very often on this podium today. Without him, the celebration of today will not be complete. In fact, if he's not here, we won't be here. I'm talking about the registrar, the chief executive officer of the MDCN, our brother and friend, Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi. You're welcome, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm your friend and brother, Tunde Olofintila. I'm your anchor this morning. Thank you. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I can see the Bishop of Abuad Diocese. I'm talking about revered Pastor Victor Ariyo and his wife. You are welcome, sir. Once again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you are heartily welcome. Our inductees of today, please put your hand together for yourself. Without you, we won't be here. Without you, Dr. Sanusi will not be here. Please celebrate yourself in the best way you can. Celebrate yourself. God bless you. God bless you. Having done that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with your permission, may I invite to this side of the arena our thoroughly distinguished Vice Chancellor, Professor Smaranda Olaride, to please welcome all of us to the house this morning. Let's celebrate. Okay, we have an important dignitary in the house. All of us are important. The Archbishop of Kaduna Diocese, Archbishop Timothy Yahaya, a parent, yeah, I remember. A parent, yeah. You're welcome, sir.
A glorious day to every one of us. Good morning. Today is by no means a day to remember not only by our inductees, by their beloved parents, but the entire institution. The 9th day of February 2024. You are most welcome. This is a day of history. On this note, my founder, sir, I ask for your permission, sir, to please adopt the already existing protocol. Yes. It is my singular prayer and honor on behalf of our highly revered founder, our chancellor, the president, his very devoted wife, esteemed members of the Board of Trustees and Governing Council, as well as the entire Afe Babalola University community, to welcome you most warmly to today's induction ceremony of our medical and surgery MBBS student, the 6th induction ceremony here at Afe Babalola University. I thank you all for being part of the ceremony, an achievement which has been made possible by Almighty God Himself through the agent of change, who is our beloved founder, the Chancellor, Afe Babalola, OFR, CON, SAN, FCI arbitration, etc., etc. The apostle of impossibility made possible. Our Chancellor added to his very lucrative legal practice the equally successful endeavor of quality, transformative, and impactful education by establishing the Afe Babalola University here in Ado-Ekiti, in the heart of Nigeria. In addition, we have been recognized by many, and I want to just mention the National Universities Commission, which serves as Nigerian regulatory authority, who considers us the symbol of higher education in Nigeria. In addition, for the past 2 years, our university has been ranked consecutively by the highly respected Times Higher Education Impact ranking as #1 university in Nigeria and number 221 globally. This by no means is a global achievement, which was commended and applauded by eminent Nigerian foreigners, including President Muhammad Buhari. Our dear parents and graduating students, I express my gratitude for selecting Afe Babalola University as the institution to educate and train your children, and confiding in us as their surrogate guardians. Undoubtedly, you take great pride in both your offspring's achievements today, those who have imparted knowledge upon them by shaping their character, and the prestigious university that offered this exceptional opportunity. Our dear inductees, you have spent 6-7 years with us. Now you are ready to go into the global market, well prepared to compete favorably with peers all over the world. In a matter of moments, you will be formally inducted into the esteemed medical profession, but by no other than our highly revered Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi, who is the Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. As graduates from Afe Babalola University's medical program, you become part of an exclusive group, the 6th set to have completed their studies since 2011. The mentorship that has imparted upon you during your years of training is truly commendable, and I must take this opportunity to recognize Master Chukwuma Ernest Unwayero Jr., please stand up for his outstanding achievement by having 6 distinctions. We are proud of you. We are rejoicing with you. We are rejoicing with your parents and those who shaped your professional being. I also want to recognize Onura Chiduzie. Please, Chiduzie, stand up for recognition for earning 3 distinctions. Congratulations. We are deeply grateful to our founder, the Chancellor, for providing us with the state-of-the-art facilities at both our multi-system hospital and Edo campus. Your diligent use of these resources enabled you to excel in all aspects of your training. And today you demonstrated the result of your hard work, commitment, and belief that you can make it. You can be the best if you want. Appreciations. Please, my students, kindly sit down. You are still my students until a few minutes from now. Our sincere gratitude is extended to the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, with a special appreciation to our own Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi, the registrar, for his support. And you might not know that very recently, because our registrar, the entire council, believes in us as trainers, the best trainers of medical practitioners, they have increased our admission quota from 200 to 400 admission quota in Afe Babalola University, the highest in the country. Permit me to take a moment to thank you once again, sir, for believing in us, considering our carry capacity, and giving us this increment. My hearty congratulations go out to Provost, Professor Afe Ogundipe, Provost of the College of Medicine and Health Sciences, the entire members of the college, to the Chief Medical Directors of AMSH, Dr. Kolawale Ogundipe and Dr. Adekunle Ajayi of FETI, as well as our Deputy CMD, Dr. Akinola Akimade, and many, many others who brought you to today's climax of your professional training. This momentous occasion signifies the commencement of a distinguished professional journey, necessitating the demonstration of an exceptional ethical standard, precision, proficiency, and unwavering professionalism. I implore our inductees to constantly bear in mind that they are representing and representative of these esteemed institutions and constantly uphold the code of conduct set forth by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. It is crucial to remember that your actions outside this institution reflects upon not only yourself, but also on your alma mater, the Afe Babalola University. On this note, on behalf of our illustrious founder, Chancellor, Arre Afe Emmanuel Babalola, and his loyal wife, Yeye Arre Modupe Babalola, the entire community of Afe Babalola University, I welcome you most sincerely to the 6th induction ceremony of our MBBS students. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Vice Chancellor. We appreciate you. Please, can we put our hands together for the Vice Chancellor one more time? Thank you very much. Now that the VC has set the tone and the tenor of the celebration this morning, may I, with your permission, invite to this side of the arena the Provost College of Medicine and Health Sciences, the protagonist of intercalated program, Professor Afe Babalola. Let's celebrate the Provost, please.
I wish to welcome everybody to this occasion of the 6th induction of medical students produced by Afe Babalola University. It is with joy and gratitude that I welcome everybody to this occasion. Kabesi, we are grateful to you. Kabesi, the founder of the university, the founder of the university. Kabesi, my own father, who art on earth. Your vision is what has brought us here today. Yeye Are, our Mother General, we thank you for the support you've given to our founder to be able to achieve what he has achieved. My Vice Chancellor, the only and best Vice Chancellor in Nigeria, Professor Smaranda Olanide, my 2 Deputy Vice Chancellors, Professor Olawe, Professor Sylvester Ojo, my charming Registrar, I welcome you. The Minister of Finance of the University, Pastor Afe Babalola, you are welcome, sir. The University Librarian, we always benefit from your academic support about securing the books and access to online subscriptions that we always need. The heads of our teaching hospitals, Professor Kunle Ajay, Dr. Bumi Ogundipe, thank you very much. This would not have been possible without your support. And of course, the support of your respectful deputies, Dr. Akimade and Dr. Eriamo. At this junction, I must recognize the #1 doctor in Nigeria, Dr. Tajuddin Sanusi, the custodian of ethics and principles and standards of medical education in Nigeria. You are welcome, sir. I'm also thankful to the Provost of the College of Medicine and Health Sciences, Obafemi University, Ile-Ife, who has kindly agreed to come and share this moment with us and teach my students. Yes, you're still my students, at least for now, one or two things about medical practice. I will not forget my fellow provosts of all colleges, directors hereby present, all professors, and particularly lecturers of the College of Medicine and Health Sciences on both sides of the aisle, at FETI and at Abuad. I thank you for the great work you have done on these medical students. The Deputy Provost, the Deans of faculties, all the heads of department, I thank you for your unwavering cooperation. I must also thank the chairman of Ekiti State NMA, the Nigerian Medical Association. In due course, we will be handing our students over to you for further mentoring and tutoring and guidance through the very tortuous road in medical practice. My dear graduates, you must be proud of what your parents have done for you. So, on your behalf, I will thank your parents for supporting your medical education, for what your parents have done to you, and for the fortitude to continue to bear with the current economic climate and continue to maintain your sponsorship. Dear parents, I am particularly thankful to you that you have chosen Abuad. You have heard of the achievements of Abuad. Abuad is the best university in Nigeria. And I say that again. Abuad is the best university in Nigeria. It is not by accident, if I may say, and it is not a self-proclamation, but the Times Higher Ranking looked at our contribution to the community compared to all the universities in Nigeria, and we are the best. My students, yes, my students, what a day. This is your day of joy, your day of congratulations, and your day of gratitude. Let me warn you that whatever you have achieved has been due to the support you achieved from all the people. The support you got from Abuad, the training second to none that you went through in Abuad, the tutoring you received from your lecturers, the mentoring that you underwent, the philosophy of industry, service, and character that we have imbibed in you. That is the combination of things that brought you to where you are today. And I hope you will always remember the contribution of all of this to your success. This is my final message to you. I feel as if I'm in the classroom talking to you again. What I want to talk about is the menace of kidnapping in Nigeria and what you can do about it, what the government can do about it, what healthcare professionals can do about it. Unfortunately, kidnapping is a forcible imprisonment of another person, usually for the purpose of extorting money from the individual. I'm sorry to say that the prevalence is increasing. You remember the Chibok girls, the Dapchi girls, the girls in Katsina State? But this year, 2 Obas have been kidnapped and killed in Kogi State. Another Oba in Ekiti State. And a few weeks ago, school students were adopted. We can fold our arms and say there's nothing we can do about it, but there is, and I'll mention it in a bit. Kidnapping must be considered by you as a etiology of serious health problems. People die, people develop disability, people become socially disabled because of kidnapping. Now, I am proposing to you that universal health coverage can help to reduce kidnapping. Now, when I mentioned this in another forum, they laughed at me. What has kidnapping got to do with universal health coverage? Now, universal health coverage is a system of health care whereby every citizen is entitled to health care. And this is achieved by registering everybody for health insurance. Registering everybody for health insurance. When I say everybody, I mean 100% of the population. So we have community-based health insurance in which all of us are registered, including potential criminals, including potential kidnappers, 100%. So if we all register for community-based health insurance without any exception, we will have identifiable, a unique identification number. So that if Professor Gundipa is by the roadside in Oduado, and if I'm asked, who are you? I would say, I belong to a community health insurance in Abuad. And somebody will pick up the telephone call and call the organizers of the community health insurance, I would say, oh yes, we know him. Now, anybody in Ekiti Forest who does not have community health insurance number is a potential kidnapper. If you're coming from the north, you must have your community health insurance number so that we can know where you're coming from. So it will be easy for law enforcement agents to cooperate with members of the community. The community will know everybody, and that is the essence of community-based health insurance. Now, is this possible? Yes, it is possible. In 2016, Ekiti State passed a law that requires every citizen to have health insurance. Every citizen. Kidnappers, bandidos, useful idiots who collaborate with bandits. So if we do this, it will be easy to identify everybody in the community. I have given this example, my dear graduates, for 3 reasons. One, the social problems of Nigeria are enormous, and it is easy for you to say, oh, there's nothing you can do about it. Yes, there's something you can do about it. If you have access to people who arrange community health insurance, please ginger them up. Secondly, when you're considering a problem for a solution to any problem, please think outside the box. Universal health coverage is outside the box of the usual security architecture. And finally, I really want to convert you to be campaigners for universal health coverage in Nigeria, because the advantages are numerous. It is my pleasure to congratulate you again for your successful completion of medical training. I describe you as my 100%ers. My students in which I am well pleased. And I'm sure you will not disappoint upward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our dear Provost. Let's put our hands together for him one more time. To take us further in this celebration is the guest speaker for today, the distinguished Professor Babatokwe Kolawole, FWACP, FACP. I like the last two. I know this is not the way you pronounce it, FACE and FEMSIN. You will tell us the meaning of those when the time comes. But before I invite the distinguished professor to the top table, may I introduce to you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of NMA Ekiti State, Dr. Batunde Roshiji. You are welcome, sir. Before we begin to drink from the fountain of knowledge and of experience of Professor Kolawole, may I invite to the podium our friend and brother, Dr. Okechukwu Ezekwo, to please give us a brief I have not completed my statement. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can assure you I know the meaning of that. I know the meaning of that. We know the popular lecturers when questions like this occur. Congratulations, sir. Please, sir, you will just give us, you are going to summarize the summary of Professor Kolawole, because for you to become a professor, you must have gone through a lot. But please, a brief summary in the next 2-3 minutes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, our lovely students. Congratulations once again. And we're so proud of you. The founder of this great institution, our father, thank you for always inspiring us towards excellence, which we try to inculcate into our students. Our mother, Afe Babalola, the Vice Chancellor, our amiable and dynamic Vice Chancellor, the highly respected Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol. I'm Dr. Zepo. I'm an endocrinologist at the Multi-System Hospital, and I'm here to read the citation of our guest lecturer. I will kindly request our guest lecturer to please be on his feet. Thank you, sir. Our guest lecturer is Babatope Kolawole, who is a professor of medicine and honorary consultant physician endocrinologist at the Afe Babalola University and Afe Babalola University Teaching Hospital, Ile-Ife. He received his MD-CHB degree from the Afe Babalola University, OAU, in 1989. Professor Kolawole completed his residency training at OAU THC, OAU Teaching Hospital, in 1999. He's a fellow of the West African College of Physicians, American College of Physicians, American College of Clinical Endocrinologists, Endocrine and Metabolic Society of Nigeria. Dr. Kolawale's research interest is in clinical endocrinology with focus in diabetology, thyroidology, malaria research. He is widely traveled, he's a widely traveled scholar with many published articles in local and international peer-reviewed journals. Professor Kolawole is the current president of the Association of Clinical Endocrinologists in Nigeria, past vice president, Endocrine and Metabolic Society of Nigeria, immediate past head of the Endocrinology, Diabetes and Metabolism subspecialty of the Faculty of Internal Medicine, West Africa College of Physicians, before assuming office as the Provost of the College of Medicine and Health Sciences of OAU. On August 1, 2021, he had previously served as Vice Dean, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, 2008-2011, Head of Department of Dermatology and Venereology, 2014 to 2016, Head of Department of Medicine, 2018-2021, of Afe Babalola University and of Afe Babalola University Teaching Hospital, Ile-Ife. He is happily married to Kikelomo Kolawole, professor and consultant orthodontist, Department of Child Dental Health, College of Health Sciences of Afe Babalola University, and they are blessed with children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome to the podium my teacher, my trainer, and my mentor, Professor Babatope Kolawole.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zepo. Before requesting for permission to stand on existing protocol, let me also say good morning and then pay homage to the founder, Afe Babalola, and Mama Afe. The last time I was in this hall was in November 2022, I had come to deliver the World Diabetes Day lecture, and it was a memorable occasion for me. And Baba, very grateful, sir. Baba not only followed up on my safe arrival when I got back home, Baba also sent prayers to my email and phone. If you know what that means, Modukwesa, Abanya Kalesa, Ekpefunwa. Let me also, in the same vein, acknowledge and appreciate Vice Chancellor, Prof. In our own tradition, by now we won't call you Prof anymore. We'll be calling you Mama. Mama Olanide. It's a privilege and pleasure to be here once more. In the same vein, I acknowledge and recognize all principal officers of the university, members of governing council here present, and every officer of the university teaching hospital, the Afe Babalola multi-system, represented here by my very good friend and colleague, Dr. Ogundipe. It's a pleasure to be with us, but I must not also say anything without recognizing the Controller General of medical education in Nigeria, Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi. Dr. Sanusi, you are welcome. We have outstanding issues, sir, and I pray we will resolve it today. To our dear parents, I say warm congratulations. It's for those who have trained children through medical school. You go to school together because you are part of every moment. I say big congratulations on this attainment. And to our fresh inductees of today, I also say congratulations. I bring you greetings from the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and in particular, our College of Health Sciences. Congratulations once more. I'll be speaking to us this morning, although it's called an induction lecture. I will prefer to just interact with you, not the kind of lecture you have in the classroom, but more or less an interaction. And I've chosen very carefully the topic I will be speaking on, which I've titled Finding Purpose in Chaos, Medical Education and Practice in Contemporary Times. Finding Purpose in Chaos, Medical Education and Practice in Contemporary Times. And let me give a disclosure going forward that I will be speaking really not strictly on medicine per se, but living life as it is, the realities of life, not just post-graduation, but of our everyday life as individuals. This is the outline, some protocols and preambles which I believe I've done. Then I will take us through some historical perspectives, and then, of course, some little information I was able to gather about Abwad's vision and mission, and then the main meat of my talk, finding purpose in chaos, and then I'll be concluding. Next slide, historical perspectives. Medical education, the registrar is there to bear witness or add more information to it. A little search that I did suggested that the earliest, what looks or maybe semblance of medical education in Nigeria must have begun around 1862, somewhere in Abeokuta, Nigeria, where it was believed that there used to live a Dr. Harrison. who, although perhaps not in so much of a formal setting, began the training of would-be medical personnel. It was also in the year 1930, that is in the 30s, that the first, in quote, formal establishment of a formal place of learning for the medical sciences began at the Yaba Medical School. This was in 1930, but this never led to the award of MBBS or MBCHB. Not until the 1940s, when the premier institution in Nigeria, University of Ibadan, started the medical school. And since then, we can recognize at least 4 generations of medical schools, both public and private, in Nigeria. And I'll be speaking to that very shortly. Information available on the website of the Nigerian Medical and Dental Council tells us that there are at least 49 fully or partially accredited medical institutions in Nigeria. And if you look at the carrying capacity of all the schools, it's on paper, Nigeria should be able to train at least over 5,000 doctors every year if all of these schools graduate annually. However, from the Ministry of Health of Nigeria tells us that we need at least 400,000 doctors to meet or fulfill the World Health Organization recommendation of 1 doctor to not more than 600 people. In Nigeria, the ratio we have is very alarming. 1 doctor still looks after several thousands, more than 20,000 people. And there are still many underreached. In fact, areas where you don't have doctors, entire states where you have maybe just 1 or 2 consultants serving their healthcare needs. This is appalling. So we still have a long way to go in producing doctors. And I believe this may have informed the wisdom of government recently to forcefully double the training handling capacity of all medical schools across board in Nigeria. Although the response to that has been mixed. Some excited about it, some not so excited, because this needs to be accompanied by the requisite improvement and increase in capacity to train. The facilities has to also be increased. I'm also believe very strongly from what I gathered, information I gathered, that this great institution was founded in the year 2010, and the first set of medical students were graduated in 2018. So this is now the 6th time Abuad will be graduating doctors, and I think Abuad deserves a round of applause for that. Congratulations. Next slide, please. I also tried to look at the mission statement of Abuad. And in my slide, you will see some items I highlighted in red. And those are the ones I'll be dwelling on. Just taking out those words, because I believe we all know the vision and mission statement. But some of these actually struck me. First, said Abuad will lead education reform in Nigeria. That is instructive. A institution that came in 2010, when schools have existed since the 40s, 50s, 60s. Now, Abuad has taken it upon itself, this university, to lead a reform. You don't reform something that is on the right path, you reform something that is deformed. And without doubt, the educational system in Nigeria needs a lot of reforms. And I salute the courage of the founder and all those who are supporting the vision to actualize this, that a new generation institution will actually be a reformer. Also, one of the visions and missions of this institution is to be a result-oriented institution. That is significant, it's huge. Result-oriented. That touches not just research, it touches training. It touches the character of the students and the principal actors in such a system to get results. I was very impressed when I went on YouTube and I saw the activities of I think it's industrial park. I saw so many facilities, so many equipment to produce, it's on the verge of technological breakthrough. Even in medicines, when I was there in November 2 years ago, the Baba was telling me, because I was saying that we had a challenge from moving from research to implementation when it comes to drug development. And Baba said, in Abuad, we have gone that far. We have translated our research into producing medications that can be used for this and for that. And I believe that is meeting this vision of being result-oriented. And then it speaks of a resolution of social and technological problems, solving problems. What are universities and higher education institutions for, if not to solve our everyday problems? And I believe that this is a big challenge, not just to this generation of universities, but even older generation, that the reason why the citadels of learning and ivory towers exist is to provide solutions for social and technological challenges. And finally, this vision states that this university aims to transform students. This is also very, very significant. Transforming people from whatever background they come here, and then making them useful technocrats, making them resourceful managers. This, as outlined in the vision and mission statement of this university, are significant points that I hope I'll be able to address at one point or the other in the course of my lecture. Next, so I now go to the meat of our discussion, and I will just run through this as quickly as I can, because I'm not unaware of the constraints of time. First, to define the two keywords in my lecture today, or I decided I don't want to call it lecture, but in my talk: purpose and chaos. Finding purpose in the midst of chaos. Purpose, if you look at the English dictionary, is two-pronged in meaning. First, it may be a reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. So we all have a purpose for which we were created. There is a reason for which we are existing. There is a reason, there is a purpose for which Abuad was established. And then, so this is, that is an outside influence determining purpose. But purpose can also be very, very individual. And that is the second sense of the meaning. And it's a person's sense or resolve or determination. So the determination to accomplish something is also your purpose. So as a doctor, you must have a resolve or a determination to contribute your own quota to either your field, your community, or wherever. And I believe the education you have received here has adequately prepared you for this. And let's now look at the other part of it, chaos. What is chaos? Chaos implies complete disorder or confusion. And unfortunately, this is where we have found ourselves in 2024. But even within this chaos or apparent disorder, we must recognize purpose, we must pursue purpose, and we must accomplish purpose. And my dear students, they said we shouldn't call you students now, doctors. This is the rest of my talk will be to you, so I'll be looking directly at you. Next slide. What is chaos? What are the chaotic situations that we find ourselves in? Now, first, moral decadence. This is obvious everywhere you turn. We've thrown morality to the wind. And the first casualty of this are two words that I will use today. The first is truth, and the other is love. We've thrown both to the winds in our contemporary society. Truth is, in fact, has been denigrated to the level of being nothing at every tier and level of government. Truth is lost, and how much more in the populace. Nobody adheres or follows the tenets that sustain or make society good. And you will begin to experience that as you go into the world, you walk and you practice. I walked around, I went around the hospital yesterday and indeed part of the university, and I saw that at every point, the people clocking, there are fingerprint clocking. That's good. If you work in an establishment where you have to sign, people will come maybe to work at 8:30, but somebody will will leave the line blank so that those who come at 8:30 will still fit within the 8 o'clock bracket. And it's deception all through. Government is insincere, the populace are not even sincere to themselves and the government. Dysfunctional homes, that's a major challenge. Yeah. There are many people now who are products of broken homes. And there's a lot of value that is instilled at the family level. Father, mother, children living together. Learning from each other. Parents being examples to children. Beginning from the home. These things cannot be learned in the university. They can't be learned in the school. Proper culture, family life, caring for one another. And that's why we have many people now who don't even care. Love is lost. Economic downtown and Japa syndrome. If you take a survey now of a year one medical student, 100% or 90% of that class are also already looking forward to practicing in Europe or America or outside Nigeria. Yet it is the resources of our nation that is committed to training these folks. It is not their fault because the economic environment is chaotic. The salary of a professor cannot even sustain him till half of the month if he does nothing else as side hustle. Now you have a doctor who, instead of focusing on his practice, will be a DJ over the weekend, or will be a moderator of an event, or we just so that ends can meet. This is chaos. I have many colleagues in the university there. We have in Ife, we have like a marketplace, a place where all sort of trade go on. We have many lecturers who have to set up stalls, set up other businesses just to make ends meet. Whereas the purpose of their employment, research, training, suffers. So it's a chaotic situation. The prevalence of non-communicable and mental disorders is a big issue. Even amongst doctors, because of the pressure of work, a lot of people are buckling under this weight. Same-sex marriage, you will wonder why I brought this up. It's an issue. A colleague of mine, a junior colleague, recently had the opportunity to practice to visit an institution in the UK for a while. And he was narrating to us his experience. He's in the area of medicine that looks after women. And he got a call, he was on call on the ward, and he got a call from outside the hospital. A lady, let's say fictitious name, let's say Mary. Mary called the ward and said, I'm bringing my wife, who is Elizabeth. My wife has this. So the doctor said, but wait a minute, Mary, your voice, you're a woman. How are you bringing your wife to hospital? And then he said the nurse on the ward had the conversation and ran and quickly grabbed the phone from him. Said, this one will cause problem for, and was explaining to him that that's how things roll here. And where you are going, those are some of the challenges, and you dare not criticize it, you dare not speak against it. Political uprisings and upheavals, is creating a chaotic practice environment. Government policies are never consistent. And then, of course, infrastructural deficits. Infrastructural deficiencies may be in Abwad, where you trained, you have not seen reality. When you go out there to practice, you go to do national service, or you go to do asmanship elsewhere, you begin to see the reality of what I'm saying. Because it's one thing you learn in a standard setting like this, but when you begin to practice, you now need to be innovative. You will find ways to get around infrastructural deficits. When you want to transfuse blood, you may not get the ideal tools you need. You will need to be creative and innovative to practice medicine in Nigeria. That is the reality. What you learned in the textbooks, yes, it is true. But in your practice, you just have to get around and create ways of solving problems. And that gives a lot of challenge for medical practice in Nigeria. And I believe doctors in Nigeria, anybody that wants to practice medicine in Nigeria today, you have to go beyond the call of duty. Now, purpose, very quickly. Purpose, why? Purpose, when? Purpose, how? Let's begin with the why. All of us have a purpose. Next slide. Because it is for a purpose that you are created. Even as a human being, if you believe that God created you and that you did not descend from apes and baboons, God created each of us, all of us, for a purpose. Some multi-talented, some uni-talented, but there is a reason why you are created, and you need to discover it. Again, you are special. Every one of us is created unique, created special, created beautiful, created magnificently to do something for his or our creator. And the ultimate is that because we have a purpose, eventually we have to render an account. There's a purpose why you came to Abwad. And we will render accounts at different levels. Render account at the level of the institution, render account at the level of the family. But ultimately, we will render account to God Almighty, our Creator. And as you enter into the world to begin your profession, to begin your practice, keep this at the back of your mind. You have a purpose for you to accomplish out there, and you will render an account someday. Purpose now. I said purpose is now. That is, when should purpose be achieved or realized or determined? It is the now. The latest day is today. As you are seated there, and indeed all of us, whatever it is that is our purpose, being a graduate of medicine, you have perhaps, some of you might have gone halfway, but then there is still more for you to accomplish. There's still more for you to do. And the latest time for you to know where you are going is now. Whatever method it will take you, know where you are going. Am I going to be a specialist and be renowned, a renowned academic? Am I going to be a clinician who will devote all my attention and energy to looking after my patients? Am I going to be a community person who will serve the community and impact the community? Like the late Dr. Awojobi in Ibadan, who settled in a village and greatly, using his surgical skills, imparted that community. Are you going to japa like the others? Are you going to be a blessing to the US and UK and not the country of your birth? This is the time to know where you are going. And next, how? We've talked about when. We've looked at why. Now, what or how? How do I go about it? And this is what I'll be leaving with you in the very few 5 minutes or so that I have left. Number one, even as a doctor, you still need to discover your passion. Where is your passion in accomplishing your purpose? Even in the midst of this chaos, If you are passionate, you will still accomplish your goal. Baba Afe Babalola will have faced challenges in starting this place, but because that was his passion, he accomplished it. And today we are celebrating Abwad. You also, sooner or later, you'll be celebrated. In Jesus' name. So discover your passion. Yesterday, I took it upon myself to go around, and I went to radiology, and thank Dr. K, who took me around. He was introduced to me as Dr. K, very lovely doctor, young man. And as I saw, so when I saw the beautiful equipment, MRI, state of the art, everything that we cover our faces when we see patients in our clinic in Ife and we say go to Abwad to do MRI. That ought not to be so. We pray that things will change. So I now asked him, Dr. K, why are you in radiology? What are you doing here? And he also told me his story. He said he had been here in the maybe emergency room or the maybe family medicine or so, and then the opportunity came. Radiology was established there, was recognized or sort of accredited, and he took the initiative to follow his passion, to be part of this excellence. So things like that do happen. But yet you need to be prepared to know your passion. Set your goals very early. Know where you are going, set your goals, set your target, make it very high. In fact, from today, you can desire to be, that one day I want to be the vice chancellor of this place, I want to be the president of Nigeria. There's nothing wrong in it. Set very high goals for yourself. But then, you must work hard. You must be diligent. If you don't work hard, in fact, the word Bible says every hard work leads to profit. And if your hands are slack, then that's poverty. Too much sleep, too much indolence and indulgence, you become poor. But when you work hard, you will succeed. And I pray that you will truly succeed. Discipline your body and your appetites. If anyone will succeed, you must discipline your appetite. I was joking with, was it Provost or somebody this morning? I said, we were talking about, I said, will founder be able to be here at this time? He said, founder will be in his office at 8 a.m. I said, wow, 8 a.m. every day? And he said it's a daily thing. I mean, a work ethic. I think Baba will be in his 90s now. I thought if people in their 90s, they will wake up at maybe 12 noon and then retire for the day at maybe 3. But I'm told he's at work every day at 8. So if he can still discipline his body, discipline your body, discipline your appetite, what you eat, what you drink, what goes into you, it involves a lot of discipline to succeed as an individual and as a doctor. And then you must be resolute. Never give up. I know many colleagues who pulled out of residency, pulled out of even medical school. I was still handling a case of a student in my school recently. It did not fail. He just said,
please sit down, sir. I said you had actually professed this morning. We appreciate you. To his younger colleagues, he has encouraged you to keep the flag flying and keep pressing on. That you have not chosen wrongly. Yes, you may not be fabulously rich, but you have chosen rightly. Keep the flag flying. Professor Kolawole, you are one speaker, one guest lecturer who has ministered from this podium in recent times that I did not have to pass a piece of paper to wind up. And yet you were able to make your point. Congratulations, and God bless you, sir. And now the reason why we are all here. May I, with your permission, respectfully invite the Provost College of Medicine and Health Sciences, Professor Gudikwe, to please present the inductees to our amiable registrar. The Provost, sir.